Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. So this video, it pains me to do it, but I have to, and it's my own fault because at the beginning of my side hustle, which includes two ventures, one is Grubhub and one is Instacart, I did not put aside any type of tax fund. So when you get paid by Grubhub, DoorDash, Instacart, most of the delivery services, you don't actually get paid, or they don't actually take taxes out. So the money that they give you, you're responsible for, setting aside and withholding a certain amount of that money. So come tax time the next year, you have the money to pay. And if you don't set aside enough money or you don't pay enough into taxes, you will actually end up owing, more than likely. And if you don't have the money, you have to be on a payment plan, and it just gets very complicated and cumbersome. And of course, who wants to cough up all that money at once? So putting aside a 20% fund for my taxes from now on, for any of the income that I bring in, any of these paychecks per se, is going to be what I do. So I did talk, I sent an email to our, she's a CPA who does our taxes every year, and we've been with her for more than 10 years now. And I did ask her what she recommended, if I needed to take a full 25% or what. And she said she was comfortable with me setting aside 20% and then kind of reassessing things come the fall. She said, let's just keep in touch and see how it's going. And she said, with everything else happening and you getting a pay cut and things like that, it might kind of even itself out. And when I say even out, I don't mean don't put money aside. I mean, I might not have to take a full 25%, because typically every year we do get a refund. And so, if anything, I'm just looking to have things be a wash next year. I'm not looking, it would be nice to get a refund, but at this point, I'm just trying to make things work as much as possible until then. So I've decided to take her advice and go with 20%. Now, 20% may not be right for everybody. There's some of you out there who might be saying, you don't have to take that much, or maybe you have to take 25 or 30. Everyone's financial situation and income is different. So that's the reason why I reached out to her. I wanted her expert opinion based on our income and everything else that she knows, and let me know what her best advice was. So I'm going to open up to, let's see, let's go back into May, because my first Grubhub pay was May. Okay, so here we have it here, and that was, May 21st. As you can see, I had an income of $835.78, and I'm not worrying about my paychecks because my paychecks at my regular job already have taxes taken out, so that's okay. I'm covered there, but I do need to worry about these side hustles. So just a word of information, not a word of wisdom, because I'm learning as I go, but just a word of information. If you're somebody who maybe does YouTube, things like that, that's also something that you need to make sure that you put enough money aside from. Up until this point, my earnings with YouTube are so incredibly negligible, and I'm hoping that changes, as views pick up. But right now, it hasn't had to be anything that I've had to worry about, because most months I haven't made anything from YouTube. Now, last year I made a little bit, but it really didn't make much of a difference in my overall income. So payday number one with Grubhub was $835, plus I took an additional $500 from the following week. So I do need to account for that. And then the next payday was $669.89. I don't know why I did that. Let's see. And after that, we got into June, and my Instacart paycheck was $19.49. And then Grubhub was $1160.84. And that is how much I have made so far on all of my side hustle ventures. So my first paycheck was May 21st. So it hasn't even been a month, and I think I've done really, really well. But again, guys, I have been putting in a lot of hours into this. So if some of you are thinking, wow, that's a lot of money to make, it sure is, in my opinion, but it came with a lot of hours. So I'm going to do that again. 3186, so 1160, 84 plus 19, 49 plus 669, 89 plus 500 plus 835, 78, yep, 3186. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down on today's date, because I like to use this calendar as a bit of a reference and archive of everything going on financially. So I'm going to write this down on today's date. Okay, side income total as of today's date. Equals 3186 even. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 20% of that. Minus 20% for taxes equals 637.20. Okay, so for every following pay that I get from these ventures right here, I'm going to have to take 20% off, 20% out right off the bat. So it sucks, but here's where I'm pulling it from, because I don't have realistically another way to do this. We do have a little bit of money in the bank. You know, you guys know I talk about my savings and stuff like that, which, you know, I don't talk about that in depth on my channel because I don't really feel like it affects my everyday budget or even my weekly budget. It is something that we have pulled from in the past when we've absolutely needed to, but I really don't like to touch our bank savings because it's also, you know, not bottomless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of my savings funds. So I explained this before. These are my sinking funds. And I have the dogs, I have Christmas Club, and I have emergency and savings. And I think that sometimes, I'm gonna just move that just a bit. Sometimes it is a little bit confusing to talk about the difference between the emergency funds and the savings funds, because for a lot of people that is the same thing. But for me, the way that I separate that in my mind and also in these envelopes is that savings encompasses anything that I'm actually saving for. So that is, it could be a situation, it could be, you know, a car repair, an expensive car repair, or it could be new flooring for our house if we stay here. It could be new appliances, which we need. Anything like that is going to fall under savings. Emergency funds is something that I am putting all into its own category because I want that money to be there just in case we totally lose our jobs or something else, you know, equally catastrophic happens, or more so. And what I'm trying to do with emergency funds is save up 6 months worth of salary. My particular salary, or my specific salary, really only covers our bills and a little bit of food and gas, not even everything that we need. So we can't really live on just my income. We could do it, but it wouldn't work out very long. Wouldn't work out long term for us. So especially now that I've gotten a pay cut, that's going to drastically change. So I want to save up 6 months worth of salary. So that can be a buffer or, you know, kind of a cushion should something else happen to our jobs. So I have been furloughed, and because I've been furloughed, that equals a pay cut for me, and we have just been told we need to pay more into our insurance. So I have quite a bit coming out of my check that I'm typically used to, and I really couldn't afford that before. So that's kind of why I am hustling so much as I am right now with these side incomes and stuff, because for as long as I can, I'd like to make as much money as possible so I can start putting that away and getting a little bit ahead. I'm definitely not putting it away so we can buy a boat or take a fancy vacation or so we can have, you know, the best of everything. It's literally just to get us a step ahead. Because I feel like every time we do get a step ahead, we get knocked back 2 more steps. And it does become hard to stay positive about it, and it does become difficult to make things stretch and work. But you know what? So far, so good. And you know what? Thank God, you know, so far in our household and beyond, we are all healthy and we are blessed with what we have. So I need to just keep moving forward and staying positive. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take $640 out of these savings funds, and you know what? We'll get back when we get back. So $640 out of $1040, and then for taxes. Now my side hustle video is coming. Oh, it's coming Thursday, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh. Okay, well, how did I have 1040 and oh, right here. Hello. Okay, so I have 400 left, right? 1040 minus 640 is 400. 400, okay. So I have 400 left. So my side hustle video and income is coming, I believe, Thursday, because I get paid from Instacart on Wednesdays and I get paid from Grubhub on Thursday. So I want to wait until I have both of those numbers. And when I get paid from them, right off the top, 20%. So in my savings funds left is 400. Okay. So it's not as bad as, you know, it could have been. And thank God I had these sinking funds to fall back on and to utilize. If I didn't, I just don't even know. I mean, I guess we do everything for a reason. And so I'm really happy that I started this again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 620, 640. All right. So tax amount. All right, is $640. And our neighbors are taking their dog out for a walk, and he is a loud barker and a big dog. He's a big American bulldog, and our 3 little pugs all think he's their boyfriend, so they get worked up. So if you just heard them barking, it's because they're trying to get his attention. That is pretty typical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get an envelope for this, and you guys will see that envelope weekly, either with my sinking funds or my cash envelopes, and that's where my taxes are going to be. And like I said, as much as it pains me, it's the right thing to do because I don't want to be caught off guard and have to go on payment plan with the IRS next year. So we have to do what we have to do. Income taxes and things like that, those are not negotiable and we can't get out of them. But anyway, I wanted to keep you guys up to speed. I know a lot of you had been commenting and asking me about that. You know, does Grubhub already take the money out? And kind of giving me a little bit of a wise warning that I may want to start thinking about this. And honestly, it was just having the money in hand was so nice. And it was foolish of me to think that I could do that for very long without actually putting that money aside. So here we go. We got our tax amount started, our tax fund, and I'm going to keep growing that as long as I keep doing any type of side hustle. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you stuck around and did so. Please leave me a comment or any feedback or anything like that down below. I really, really enjoy reading those. And if there's anything I can answer for you, please leave that as well. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're safe and healthy, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Take care.